Welcome to 637 Johnson Street,
where our home is your home.
Guys, we're back. Another episode. How are you guys not tired of us yet?
Yeah, I know they hate to see us coming.
Hate to see notification on YouTube. Hate to see notification on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But I love that we're in person with the camera because I feel like now people are more inclined to watch it.
Do you guys prefer the camera version or the audio version?
Definitely camera version.
I feel so too. You can watch us giggle. We can giggle together in your room. Very cutesy.
But today's episode is called Big Sister Advice.
I think we want to start doing a series on this where we give you guys advice. We put a little questionnaire on our Instagrams. Guys, you should have put in your advice, things that you want to. You should put in your things that you want to get advice on. Yeah, your problems, your issues. It could be anything. It could be small, big, anything. We will talk about it.
It's okay. This was our first round, so if you did it, you'll have time for our next few episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so should we get started?
Should we introduce ourselves quickly?
Oh yeah, I keep on forgetting. I was telling Kalia, we never introduce ourselves. So
but you know who we are.
If you know who we are. But if you don't, my name is Majida.
And I'm Kalia.
I think we should have a fun fact or something fun that happened to us this week.
We
barely spent any time together this week.
We haven't. She's been avoiding me.
I have not been avoiding you.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
But it's gonna be something that she didn't know.
That you have. Yeah. Okay. Wait, let me think of something. Oh my gosh. I went to this new Korean place that's better than Gangnam Style.
I don't believe it.
Girl, we have to go. It's better than Gangnam Style.
Good.
I got kimchi soup. Uh-huh. Oh, it was bussin'.
Really?
It was bussin', yeah.
Did we try kimchi at Gangnam Style?
Kimchi soup? I tried kimchi soup. Oh. You tried the chicken something.
I don't know about it.
But it's better than Gangnam Style. Tteokbokki?
Oh. I love it.
I know.
What happens to me is, something cool that happened to me this week. I was in the Tim Hortons line and I had my headphones in and somebody was like, "What are you listening to?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And they're like, they always just ask people what they're listening to.
Oh, that's cute.
That was really cute. I'm gonna start using that and asking people what they're listening to.
But tapping on somebody to interrupt their song is crazy. Imagine.
I was like, nothing. He's like, really? I'm like, nothing. It's like my earmuffs.
Were they cute?
It's really cold out here.
Were they cute?
Were they cute?
Yeah. No. I thought the pickup line. I pick up what are you listening to?
What are you listening to?
Yeah.
He was like, what are you listening to? I'm like, nothing.
Aww.
But
that's
I'm
cute.
Start using that.
That's wholesome.
Okay, on to big sister advice. First question. We were asked, how can you reach out to old friends from high school? I've been wanting to reach out, but I feel like everyone's moved on with their lives.
What happened to some of your friends from high school? I just thought about that. Who commented that? That'd be a hot take. And they're like, I'm trying to reach out to you.
Don't be safe though. Not my friend. How to reach out?
I feel like I understand it's kind of hard depending if you guys go to if your school has the same kind of winter break, holiday break. If you go back home, you have time to spend time with them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not too bad. You go home, you make a date. For my friend, my main friend Jasmine, every time I go home, even though I'm packed and busy, we're usually studying for some exam, I'm always I make it a point where I book an appointment in my calendar a day where I'll spend time with her. I spend all the time with her because it's kind of important. I feel like you have to when life gets busy and you have friends back home, you have to make a intention of actually hanging out with the people in your life to make sure you keep that connection, especially when you don't see them often.
Yeah, I think I remember first year for me it felt weird because I felt like my friends also moved on, they were different people because we're all living different lives, but I think they have the same assumption as well that I moved on and I'm living a different life. But just try texting them and be like, actually I miss you right now, what's going on? Or a FaceTime call. I haven't talked to my best friend back home is Nikki, and I did not talk to her for the longest month or two. And so recently I was like, let me see how she's doing, and I FaceTimed her and then we just had to catch up. But she's living her life, I'm living my life, but we still try to connect every now and then. But I'm the type of person who I just don't feel like I have to talk to someone every single day for them to be my friend. I have my one friend Karen, she goes to school in the States. I talk to her once a year. We have a yearly checkup and we talk to each other for hours, and we're like, okay, see you next year. Brianna, I won't talk to Brianna for the longest time, but then I'll talk to her consistently for days. But it's okay. I feel as long as you have that connection, they're still my friend, you just don't take it take it to heart. Sometimes life just like gets in the way.
And like also like if you're feeling as though like you miss your friend, okay, I feel like a person asking this is like they miss like they need somebody at that very important time. And honestly, like when you're thinking that, your friend might actually need somebody at that very important time as well. So it's always because like, you're always going to know that person more than you know anybody in your new school because you're here for how many years, 1 or 2 years. So it's, at the same time, like if you're feeling some type of way, just reach out, be like, hey, let's FaceTime for like an hour or two. And like that can like just soothe that feeling of like friendship loss or something like that.
So I guess don't be afraid to reach out. You know your friend. You've known your friend for years. And even if you're in a new environment and they are too, just send a text message. If they don't reply, then it's
they're not your friend if they don't reply.
It's their loss if they don't reply, but they might still reply.
They might still reply. It's crazy.
It's their loss. Like you'll find someone here if I guess you don't connect with your old friends, which is kind of sad, but sometimes you just have to move on also.
Oh gosh.
Sadly.
Ouch.
Don't say safe though, not my friend.
You also say not me though.
I'm kidding, but generally like reach out. If that doesn't work out, try friends on campus or in your new school or whatever, or wherever new environment you're in.
I agree. Hot take. That's cute. Okay, next one.
Never care or care too much.
Never care or care too much. So they're saying that if they care at all, they care too much. So should they not care at all?
I don't think you should never care. Like,
I think you should always care.
I don't think you should never. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should always care. I agree. Yeah. Because my thing, I want to be authentic with myself, and my thing is, I care. I feel like it would eat me alive if I really care about somebody, but I'm pretending like I don't. You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like I just feel like I rather someone hurt me, and like I did every single thing that I wanted to do genuinely.
That's fair.
That makes sense.
That's fair. And like you did your best.
Yeah,
and
I'd
like,
rather them be in the wrong than like me.
You're actually in the wrong.
Yeah, like absolutely not. I didn't care. Like,
no, I feel like I feel like in this generation we're very much like we're not showing our emotions. Yeah, like you're not exactly, bro. Nonchalant will forever chase us. But we're always like we're always like, oh, we have to like hide our emotions. We can't tell people we actually care. Even like for friendships, we can't tell like people we actually care. Like, oh my Gina, I appreciate you as a friend. Like that never happens. But I think it's important that you tell people how much they mean to you at the end of the day. It's like it could be very hard and very uncomfortable, but I feel like that's more impactful than making people feel like isolated or making yourself feel isolated.
Yeah.
So.
But I understand that never caring can be a coping mechanism so that you don't get hurt. But at the end of the day, you have to be authentic to yourself. And I feel like it's going to hurt you more if you're a caring person to pretend like you don't care. Ultimately. Yeah. So, I guess care too much.
Care too much. We want to hear the caring.
Care. And if it doesn't work out, I don't know.
At least you tried your best.
You tried your best. Yeah. It's okay.
That's an interesting one.
That is a very interesting one.
There was like 3 words in that.
Yeah, but there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, like my heart hurts.
Be nonchalant
or be chalant.
Be chalant.
We always choose chalant.
I always choose chalant. Oh, yeah. Back in the day, I used to be like, oh, be nonchalant, but no.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of chalant lately. I don't know how I feel about that.
You've been nonchalant?
I've been getting a lot of like people are really, you're really chalant. And I'm like, wait a minute. I kind of miss the nonchalant vibe.
Yeah, I get that a lot. People are like, you're so approachable. You're so nice. But you know what? I like it. I like that you find me approachable and then you want to talk to me.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do. Okay, so
we still have one more.
Oh, we have one more. Sorry.
Okay, last one. Today I turned 20. Y'all, should I feel different now that I hit 2 decades? I feel like I haven't felt older since I hit 17. Thoughts?
You know what's so funny? I literally be talking to somebody and I would be like, "Oh, how old am I? 18." Guys, I continuously forget that I'm 20. And no, I don't feel any different. I feel different in the sense of like I grew, whatnot. But at the same time, I feel like 18, that time, there's so much change that sometimes you can kind of be lost in that like change. Like whereas like 18 to 20, it feels like I'm kind of on like the same kind of like escalator. Like it's not a whole different pathway as where I was before. So I feel like sometimes you can kind of get lost in that.
Yeah, 18 was a crazy
There was
year.
So much going on.
Beginning of 18 to ending of 18.
Insane.
I was a different person. Wait, no, I was 17 when I was going through. I was in high school.
17 to 18. Yeah.
17, 18.
Yeah, that time.
But for me, like, I used to love my birthdays when I was younger. Like, I would love it. It was like, it was my day. But when I got to like 18, 17, my 18th birthday, I cried the entire day. I'm like, I don't want to be an adult. Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm leaving home, all of this. But I don't know what it was. When I turned 19, I felt so much peace.
Really?
Genuinely. Like, and this was my 19th birthday. It wasn't similar to my other birthdays. I wasn't with my parents. I was in Toronto with only my brother. I spent my 19th birthday by myself. I was doing I was volunteering with the University of Toronto with in a mentorship program. But that 19th birthday, I remember it was like nighttime. I was walking around Toronto and I was like, you know what? I'm so excited to be 19. I felt so, I don't know how to explain it, but I felt so at peace with myself that I feel 19. I don't feel 18. I feel 19, but I just feel like I found peace that birthday. I didn't. After that, my 20th birthday, I didn't cry. I was like, I'm 20. My 19th birthday, I didn't cry. I'm like, I'm 19. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, after that 19th birthday, there was just so much peace through me. I don't know what it was. I felt like I was learning a lot about myself that week in general. Or maybe because I was like also like mentoring people, I felt like I was learning a lot about myself as well. That I feel 20. I feel grown. I'm ready to take on the world. So that was a different experience. I never felt that on my birthday.
So do you think the person should feel different at they're 20?
I don't know if you should. I guess you should kind of feel a bit different. Like, you just acknowledge that you're growing up. I think for me when I was younger, like, I didn't want to acknowledge that I'm growing up. Like, it's weird going into adulthood and having so many responsibilities. It's almost like you have no one to rely on. But I felt like, hey, I'm old, but I still have so many support networks.
That's true,
and
too.
I'm ready to take on, maybe because I was in the big city. Like, there's something about me in the city.
The little girl in the big city.
I felt like I was looking at the buildings. I was looking at the hospitals. I was looking at everything. I'm like, I can't wait to take on the world. That's why I need to go to the city next.
Take on the world. I hear you. Take on the world. Do we always say that? We should be singing that.
There's just something about that song.
That's bad juju.
Every time we sang that song in first year,
something happened.
They were like, no,
never again.
Never sing that song again.
But yeah, I heard you saying. I feel like for you, like you saying that kind of moment, like realization moment happened when you're 19.
Yeah.
I feel like at a certain point, yeah, you have to realize that you are growing up. I feel this is the first year where I actually started to feel like an adult, which is really weird. And like we were adults when we're adults at 18, we're adults at 19, but 20 is the actual year where I'm like, wait, like this is my life. I'm controlling it. I'm spearheading it. I'm in the driver's front seat, and like I can choose any pathway I want, kind of thing. Yeah. But it's also important to note that just because Majia's feeling that way, just because I'm feeling that way, everybody's on their own path. Just because you don't feel 20 at this point in time, just because you don't feel 19 at this point in time, just because you don't feel 18, doesn't mean you're wrong. It means that you're on your own path and you will have that development at a later point. Everybody's experiencing things differently. Everybody's on their own path, and their own path kind of dictates where you should be. Yeah, so it's definitely. Like, yeah, so Majia is feeling like she's taking out the world.
But that's okay.
Okay.
When I was 18, I felt like I was 15. I felt like I was 15 when I was 16, when I was 17, 18. So it's okay. I think it's really just reflecting and just being okay with your life.
You're learning.
Like, it's really being okay with your learning, being okay with the position that you're in. That's what makes you feel like you're your age. Yeah. Because I feel like when I was like 18, I was like, oh my God, before COVID, pre-COVID, I was 15. I was living this life of 15. Like, you're thinking about that time period, but live in the present, and that'll help you feel like it's your age.
That's a good one.
But it's okay. It's okay if like it's gonna take some time. Don't worry. Like that 19, like I generally, it felt like an out of body experience, because I was like, there's no way that this is me. No tears shed on my birthday. I'm like, without my mom and dad, no tears shed. Like, it was weird, but you guys gotta live in the present to help you out. Yeah, like another thing that I also think of is when everybody who turns like 25, the development, the frontal lobe frontal lobe development. For like
yeah. We put an edit for that.
I wake up at 2 p.m. I was born at 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. I'm like, wait a minute. I feel it.
No, but I feel like we were always like at 25. I can't believe at 20 I thought I had my shit together. I can't believe at 20 I knew who I was. So at the same time, that keeps me at ease, because I'm like, you know what? This is time. I'm not supposed to be like everything figured out now. I'm not supposed to know who I am now. It's okay that I'm a kind of lost. Like, it takes time. I feel like being 20, you're nowhere close to being an adult. You're nowhere close to like figuring things out. We're still in school. We're still in the same place I was when I was 18. There's no way you're gonna like know so much about yourself where you're completely like figured out. So I still think like when you're 25, when you're 30, that's when you truly like understand who you are as a person. So I don't think you should feel any ways about that.
Don't get me wrong, I feel at peace, but I'm still lost.
Yeah, exactly.
But I still know what I'm doing. I'm still figuring it out.
You're at peace with being lost.
I'm at peace with being lost. Yeah. And I really embodied that when I was 19. I'm gonna bring that back. First semester I was like, yeah, it's all about finding your place. Be at peace with not knowing what's going on. I need to bring that self back.
I'll be on our fridge by next week.
Yeah. Every week. You don't even, she doesn't even put the quotes on the fridge. I'm always like,
you do put the quotes on the fridge. You know, I look at it, I'm like, I always like,
I don't know, what quote did I put on this week?
This week is comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah, I really felt that.
Yeah.
I was gonna change it to like take it every day, every hour, every like
minute, every second.
I was gonna put that, but I'm like, no, I need to let this one simmer for the entire week, and then I'll change it for next week.
I always take a picture of them. I have a picture on my phone. I always take a picture of them. I'm like, she's right. Yeah. But yeah, I don't see her, so it's really weird too. I just see a quote up on the fridge. I'm like, yeah. It's like reminiscent.
I love my clothes.
Okay, so transitioning.
Yeah, we're transitioning to Reddit because we didn't get that many.
We didn't get that many because you guys are haters. We're waiting for like next couple of like episodes. We will hear us from more issues, but I feel like these are funny. We have like the what's it called? Am I the bad guy? Or is that Am I the bad guy?
There's both.
Am I
the bad guy? Am I the
from Reddit threads? Okay, I read the first one. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so the title is reading is crazy. Okay. The title is I'm a 17-year-old girl and my boyfriend's 18-year-old, and we of 9 months refuses to go out with me or be seen with me in public. Okay, context. I have been with my boyfriend for 9 months now, have been begging him to go out with me for a proper date for the duration of our relationship. He absolutely refuses, even so much as walking with me in public, saying he isn't financially fit to take me out to fancy places, so he doesn't want me to take me out, and I should wait until things get better to figure that out. I told him that materialistic belongings don't matter to me. I'm totally fine with just having a coffee or actually walking with him together in public and not walking at least 20 minutes away. I mean, 2 meters away from each other.
I can't read out loud too.
I'm like really stuttering. I even said that if he can afford things, I'll pay for the dates as long as he wants to go out. As a big deal, and said he doesn't want to be like the other couples. In my opinion, he's probably cheating, but I have no evidence to support my claim or just embarrassed of which one. I don't understand at all. He keeps saying that it's not that. He just wants to give me the best, but I don't understand how he'll give me the best if he won't give me the bare minimum. Dang. I don't know what to do with this relationship, so I came here for advice. Who is in the wrong? Tell me, whatever. I'm done reading. Leave him or find somebody better. I told him I was looking for a super simple, but he's... You're worse though, guys. Listen to her read. I can't read, but she's the worst. So don't giggle at me.
I can't read.
I heard you reading it before, and you're struggling. She was practicing before this. I did not practice. I did not read these.
I didn't even know which one she was reading.
Whatever.
I didn't practice.
Okay, so in conclusion, her boyfriend won't take her out, and he's saying that he's not financially stable in order to take her out. Do you think she should leave him? Yes, but I don't think he's cheating. I just think he's low-key embarrassed.
Here's my thing. There's one thing to say you're not financially stable because I'm not financially stable.
Nobody's financially stable.
Can you imagine like taking someone out on a date every single week? I can barely afford to feed myself. I can't.
I owe you money for the tickets. What? The tickets for TCC. Yeah.
Whatever, guys. I cannot afford to pay for food for myself. So that's completely understandable. But I feel like you should be able to do like the little things, like go out together, like walk around together, do little things together for quality time.
Hold a little hand here and there. It should not be an issue. It's not cost money.
Actually, I wouldn't want someone to hold my hand. I'd be like, oh, there's people watching. Don't hold my hand.
I guess that's fair, but I feel at the same time there's things you can do without spending money.
Without money, yeah.
Yeah, and if she's like, oh, I guess like for a girl, like saying like, oh, I'll pay for it. I don't know. If a guy like that can be like not your thing, like, oh, I don't want you paying for me. That's separate. But if he's like, also like if he's eating out. If he's eating out like Starbucks and Tim Hortons and whatnot every single day, and it's like, no, I don't want to take you out, then that's an issue as well. Like if he's like financially spending money on other things, but he doesn't want to take you out for something to eat like once a month. I haven't been together for 9 months.
I don't remember the details.
Yeah, they've been together for 9 months and they haven't taken you out at all. That just doesn't seem right. He can save up. But at the same time, I do understand. I feel like guys like get caught up in their head where they're like, oh, I'm not financially stable. I'm like not good enough for you. But at the same time, we're all in school. If he's in school and we're all in school, we all are like struggling. We all understand. Like, it's okay that you don't have enough money in order to take both of us out to eat.
I don't understand, like, when people on TikTok are like, oh, if he doesn't take me out, this and that. I'm like, take you out where? We're 8. We're 20. We're 18. She's 18. We're 18. It's like, where can we really take each other out to? I know I'm a broke college student.
Yeah, I know you're a broke college student.
So it's like...
Or split the bill.
Split the bill, if needed. But I would say have that conversation. I feel like she's had that conversation.
She definitely has.
She said she doesn't... She said...
You think he's cheating?
No.
Well, but here's the thing. There's one thing to not take her out to eat. That's one thing. Mm-hmm. That's just being cheap. But that's besides the point. Or you don't have the money, which is completely fair. But there's other things for you not to even want, like, he's like standing 20 meters away from her, won't be seen with her outside, not even walking with her around. That's a lot. You mean the only confinements of your house?
Damn. So what do they do in their relationship? Like,
for 9 months.
Are we gonna look at the way we're like giving advice? We're like processing it. That's the problem.
I think you should find somebody better.
Yeah.
I feel like if somebody treats you as though like they're embarrassed of you, one, and two, like they're ashamed to be seen with you, then that's not the person for you.
I saw a TikTok that said taking a step back because who do I look like? Something. I don't know. It pertains to this.
I believe you.
I forgot it.
There's a TikTok out there that
taking
pertains
a
to
step
this.
back because who do I look like to? I forgot.
But yeah, I think you should move on.
Yeah, I think you should move on.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that he can't take you on a date because he's not financially stable. That's okay. Like, we're all not financially stable. It's the fact that he's not even trying the little things. And like, it seems like you're trying to make things happen. Like, let's go outside. Let's go on a walk together. Let's go here together. He just doesn't want to even spend quality time with you.
That's not cute.
Yeah. At least quality time.
If he doesn't want to spend time with you, he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, what are you in a relationship for if you're not going to spend time together?
Like, I guess just for... I'm not even to say you're in a relationship together because they're not saying that, but... Hey.
So, yeah.
I feel like she knew that answer.
She knew the answer.
Yeah.
But I guess coming back to it, it's not the fact that he's not financially stable, guys. It's just the fact that he's not willing to spend quality time with her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Hot take. Not hot take. True take.
True take.
Yeah. Okay. You can read the next one.
Okay, I'll read the next one. I feel left out with my roommates. I'm rooming with 3 girls who were already close friends and roommates before I joined them. Last year, I got close to one of them and started hanging out with the whole group, so we decided to room together this year. I worried a bit about joining a tight-knit group, but I thought it would work out since I had started forming friendships with them. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not going as expected. We don't really feel like a united group, and they each have separate friends they sometimes bring over. I struggle with making friends, so I end up feeling left out when I try to talk to them and they're talking about people I don't know or situations I can't relate to. When I try to join in their conversations, they're usually talking about people I don't know, which makes it hard for me to participate. I try not to isolate myself at night when I'm in my room, and will join them in the living room when I hear them talking and laughing. But my attempts to get involved often go unnoticed. They just keep talking about people and things I can't relate to. It feels like since I didn't live with them last year, we would make efforts to see each other. But now, since we're already living together, we don't need to hang out or do anything anymore. Mm-hmm. I feel like I try and offer things to do, but it never follows through. It just feels one-sided, and I'm just there. Big events like football games or parties make me feel extra anxious, as I'm worried I'll end up feeling left out there too since I've been in that position with them before. Mm-hmm. It's frustrating because I'm putting a lot of effort into building friendships, but at the end of the day, I still feel ignored by the people I'm closest to here. How can I feel more included with them? That one seems like something that would happen. I
think it's very common. Yeah. Especially we talk about like the 3 friendships and how there's always one person left out. Yeah. So that's very common. I've had 3 friendships before, and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, they work out for me.
It worked out for me too. I think number 1 for this girl specifically, find another friend. Like, I feel like it would be easier for her to, like, understand, like, that's your 2 roommates, but I feel like it would be easier and more productive if she finds another friend. And, like, if you guys all go to football games, all 4 of you go to football games. And, like, if they're talking about something else, then you're like, okay, hey, friend, XYZ,
I think
XYZ.
she's rooming with 3 other girls. So there's
4
of them.
other girls?
Yeah, I'm rooming with 3 girls who were already close friends and roommates before I joined. She was close with one of them, and they started hanging out beforehand. But now she feels like she's being left out. Because I guess she's not comfortable with doing the things that they do, like the big football games and parties.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I get that.
And she just keeps reiterating the fact that
she's been trying.
Yeah, she's trying, and they talk about people that she doesn't know or situations that she can't relate to. I think this is partly also the friends' fault.
Leaving her out.
Because my thing, like, how are you gonna talk about a situation that she doesn't know or people that she doesn't know?
Without explaining to her.
Because I feel like even when we hang out with different people, we'll be like, oh, we'll talk about a situation. We're like, oh yeah, it's this person and this is what happened. And like, give them like context.
Yeah, you don't talk about a whole. You're like, oh my gosh, guess what happened with blank and blank without talking about like, who's blank and blank. Like, you have to explain to the people around you. It's just rude. Like, they're purposely, not necessarily purposely isolating her, but they're really not trying to like include her at all.
They're not trying, because I feel like if I were in a room with somebody, I would be like, oh, here's the context to it. Yeah. They just don't care about her.
They don't care about her. Like. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But what do you tell her to do?
How can I feel? I feel
like she's finding new friends. Yeah. She's really trying, but I feel like if you're trying, it's either one, you're blunt about it, which most people are not, but if you're either blunt about it and you're like, you know what, like, I feel as though like you guys are leaving me out, like, I don't know like much about like your friendships. It'd be like nice if you guys give me some backstory, like when we were talking about things, like just so I can be included. You either say that or you just find other friends and like that's just your roommates.
So yeah, I guess like you said, so maybe if you're having a conversation in the living room and they're like, oh, blank and blank did this and something, like, okay, who's blank and blank? Oh, what's that? Oh, okay, blah blah blah. And then you can like kind of build a context as you go through, as you go on with their conversations, because maybe they're just used to talking about these people and talking about these events, so they're not used to like having to explain it. And since you've been kind of going with the flow with it, possibly they think that you're up to date with it, even if you're not. And then the other side of the coin is you could find like a completely different friend. Like, just because you live with someone doesn't mean that you have to spend every single waking moment of your life with them, or like have the same experiences, the same friends with them. So like, while like as a house you can decide to do A and B and
with
C,
the football games,
but you can also have like your own close friends that you decide to do things with. And it's sad that you might have to find new friends, but it's better in the long term so that you feel comfortable and you actually feel included and heard in a friendship. Yeah, agreed. That's a good advice. You should write it on the Reddit thread. Yeah. After this, I'll be like... Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Okay. Next one. You did pretty good at reading, so you can carry on. I'm like stressed out. I'm always so stressed out with public speaking because I'm scared that I'm not going to say the right thing, or I'm going to start stuttering, or something. But or like somebody will laugh at you very loudly. But like, it really does take practice. I think that's what this podcast helps with. So I want to be more articulate in life. Okay. I feel like this is something that makes you articulate. You know, there's this guy I met. He was in my... Oh, there's something that... He was in my, was it Reped group? I think it was my Reped group. He's like, hates public speaking. Like, he was telling me, he's like, I hate it. I don't get over it. And he's like, he started this club. Shout out. He started this club where it was like, people work towards like being better at public speaking. So they all like do presentations in front of each other and get like resources from different professors on how to be better at public speaking. Good. I need to join that. Yeah. It's not even the idea of talking that's the problem. It's the idea of having to come up with a sentence in your head. And like saying it out loud. Yeah, saying it out loud. Because, you know, you want to sound smart. You want to sound like you know what you're saying. But maybe that's the problem. Like, you don't have to sound smart all the time. Yeah, just talk. And they'll end up being smart. You know, it doesn't really work like that. No. I don't know, but there's some people I've heard talk, and I'm like, wow. Like, you're really a chatterbox. Like, I mean, like, wow, like, how do you come up with that sentence? Yeah. Yeah. Off the dome. You know who's good at that? Who? Hayden. He's really good. He's really good speaking, I feel. Shout out Hayden. He's not gonna watch this, but Hayden. Yeah, he's not gonna watch it. Yeah, I'll just send him this clip. Shout out Hayden. Okay. Let me find the next one we were gonna read, since I'm like the public speaker now. I love that for you. Okay. I, female 17, am in my final year of school and have already received offers for my dream course from a range of universities. However, my mother has given me the silent treatment every time I try to talk about the possibilities of me leaving home to study. For context, it's just me and mother, 41, and has been for most of my life, so I understand her apprehension to me leaving home, as it would be a big change for us both. However, rather than speaking to me, she chooses to ignore me every time I bring it up. She also has chosen to not take part in the university process at all. Sometimes that has brought me great mental stress, and she tries to embarrass me by telling her friends how ridiculous I am for wanting to leave when I was a weak child.
I don't know what weak child means.
Maybe like
You cry a lot.
Maybe she was like sick a lot when she was younger.
Oh gosh, no way.
Weak child.
What does weak child mean? I don't know.
I don't know. Due to her behavior, I'm beginning to think I should leave out of spite. However, she has threatened to kick me out if I do. So I would have no place to return to during the holidays. Now I'm thinking I should leave and cut ties since this is how she wants to be. Uh-oh.
That's shady. Okay, number one, I feel like your mom's being petty. Like, here's my thing. I know that parents are people at the end of the day, and like they have feelings, they have emotions,
it's their
like
first
that.
time being parents.
Their first time being. I hate that you said that.
True.
It's their first time being parents and whatnot, and it's like, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like there's a certain level where you can't be petty.
Yeah.
You can't purposefully like hurt your child in order to make yourself feel better. So I feel like at a certain point, it's like, as an adult, you can't be petty. And I don't know, I guess I'm confrontational, but I was talking to my mom, like, Mom, like, I understand, like, you're really upset, like, of course I don't want to leave you, but I think this is better for me, and I think like this is going to help my future. I know that you want the best for me. I think that's a good conversation to have as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, my parents, I actually love my parents. They're I call my parents Disney Channel parents, because they're kind of like what's to life lessons about every single situation you go through. So I feel like this would be like more of a conversation with me and my parents, but not every single parent is the same. For some people, like I said, like, it's your first time being a parent. I think about that all the time. Like, as an adult, like, it's always our first time going through things, and this is your first child. She's a single mother. This is like her entire life basically, and now you're going to move far away from her. Like, she's definitely really hurt from that. That's her perspective on that. And then your perspective is like, it's your life. You know, you have your dream courses and from different universities, but like, this is like something that you want to build for yourself. And I think it comes down to just having that conversation. And just being like, Mom, honestly, I love you and you've done so much for me, but at the end of the day, like, I have this life that I want to build for myself, and it's only possible at this university. I think it's better to, you have to really articulate it, because at one point it's like, it's your parents, so like, they're gonna feel like they know better. Oh my god, they're gonna feel like they know better entirely, but you have to almost break it down so they can also see your side of it. Yeah,
but also, like, I agree with what you're saying, but also we made a good point in which, like, some parents are not like that. Some parents are not going to sit down with you and be like, oh, a kid telling me what I think is better?
What you think is right?
Who do you think you are? I'm in this world for 10 times you have. Some parents are like that too. And in that case, you just have to thug it out.
Yeah, I guess you're just not
to, if you do what's best for yourself. Yeah.
That's just so sad.
It is so sad, but at the same time, I think, like, as time moves on, like, then they'll, like, heal and you're able to go back and, like, rehash everything. But you just have, I feel like you have to be selfish a little bit in life.
Yeah, maybe you do have to be a bit selfish. Go to university. Yeah, I feel like after a while, your mom, since you're her entire life, she's gonna be like, I really don't want to cut my child out of my life and call you up and see how university is going. But that is really difficult because it's really your parents. Like,
it is your parents.
I can't imagine what I would do without my mommy and daddy. I love y'all.
XOXO. That is true. And also, I don't think you should leave out of pettiness. Like, she was like, oh, I feel like I should just go because, like, she made me upset.
You should not pack your bags on one
because of
day
because of anger. No, it should be a choice based off of, like, you know what? Even if you feel as though, like, there's more options that are close by your mom, think that through. Don't leave to, like, the farthest place because of out of pettiness because you're angry in this moment in time.
Yeah. I think what I would do is I'd be like, I have that conversation, like, 2 weeks before I leave and be like, honestly, I'm leaving 2 weeks from now. This is the university that I feel is the best for me, and I'm gonna need us to work through it. And she's like, no, you can't. And be like, you do your thing. And then every single, like, throughout those 2 weeks, I'm like, Mom, packing my bag.
I'm actually taking shit out.
Mom, putting my clothes in. Mom, I'm booking my flight. Yeah. Mom. And eventually, like, you gave the notice. You were calm about it. but just don't be petty so you don't regret anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Move how you wanna move how you would want to like see yourself in like 2 years from now, and looking back and you're like, you know what, I did like the best I could. I like, did actions that support like my ideologies and stuff like that. Don't leave out of anger.
It's getting back to never care too much.
Too much.
Do whatever's authentically you so you don't regret it. Care too much. Aw, that makes me so sad.
It's really sad because I feel like I left my dad at home, but it wasn't like there was no like, oh, don't go far. Like, my dad makes a joke now to this day, like, oh, Clea tried to find a farthest university so she can get away from me. My dad knows that's the case. He knows that this is a good school.
My dad said go far. He said, oh, you're staying in Canada?
But I feel like at the same time, it's like, I know that, like, my dad would want the best for me.
Yeah.
And even though, like, he's lonely right now. I love you, Dad. Even though, like, I'm far away, at the end of the day, he's more happy that I'm here than I could be at a closer school and not getting as much of a better education I am as we speak right now. Yeah, definitely. So your parents, I feel like even in that case scenario, I'm sure her mom wants the best for her, and if she like communicates to her mom that that's the best case scenario, that her mom will get like behind it kind of thing. Yeah, and of course she's always going to be hurt. People are always going to be hurt. Parents are people are parents. You're always going to be hurt. They're always going to react badly, but it's like, yeah, you just have to communicate that.
Yeah, it really is a different dynamic because my parents I have siblings, so I was the last one. They're like, okay, bye.
We've been through this before.
We've been through this. No tears were shed.
Tears were shed on my behalf. I'm sure my dad cried when he got into the car.
My parents were like, okay, bye. I didn't cry on that first night.
Oh, I cried. I was like, I was like in the car coming here. I'm like, are you gonna cry? And then literally, like, ha, can't wait for you to cry. And literally, as they closed the door, like as they were like outside the door, like packed me up, I started bawling. So embarrassing.
I cried after the fact because I just didn't feel like super comfortable here. So I'm like my mommy and daddy, but I felt like, I don't know, which is weird because you're an only child, but I felt like I was an only child for a bit because my siblings are older, so I was living my own life. Like I barely saw them when I was younger a bit, like in my beginning of my teenage years. Since I had like basketball practice, I worked, I did this and that, I was barely spending any time at home, so I thought university would be easy because I was already living my own life. But no, still love my mom and dad. Still miss them. But
that's fair. Yeah, that's good that you missed them. You're lucky that you missed them.
I love you, mom and dad.
But yeah, that's a hot take.
Yeah. Should we do one more?
Sure.
What's there to do? Should I do the...
The friendship one that I screenshotted. Oh, did I read that one? Okay.
For reminding my friend that just because she's poor doesn't mean I am.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy statement.
I know, I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, who says that?
Okay. I'm 20, female, enrolled in the laundry program at school where I pay a lump sum and they do my laundry for me all year. It's very popular in my university and they pick it up from my dorm weekly. My friend, 21 female, is weirdly obsessed with this and constantly comments on it for some reason. She always comes over and sees my bag and has random comments to say. She'll say, how could anyone pay for that? To which I always say, why would I ever do something I don't want to? I feel like giving her different voices. If I can just pay someone else to do it for me.
Oh my god.
I'm wondering if she's like this to everyone, because they would explain why because that would explain why she has few friends.
Oh.
Almost everyone I know uses a laundry program. Her unwanted comments make me like her less. She did it again and was like, what a waste of money. The laundry program is ridiculously expensive and no one can afford that. I simply said that I don't find it expensive at all and that she finds it expensive because she's poor.
Saying somebody's poor to their face is insane. Saying somebody's poor is crazy in itself. Who says that?
I'm not, so I'll continue paying for the program. She's furious that I called her poor, but she is. It's just a fact. Period. You said, but she is. Period. It's just a fact. Period. Okay, my thing is, I wouldn't pay for a laundry program.
I wish we had that. Hear me out. We already paid $10 for like 2 loads. If it was like $15, I would pay for it.
I'm sure it's not $15 for someone to come to your dorm.
No, but if it's like a common thing, usually like everybody puts it out on the outside and everybody just picks it up. That's different.
If it was a part of my tuition, like hidden in there, I'll do it.
I can't. It's really a lot.
Yeah,
because it never gets done. Like you have to like really like prioritize your time in order to do it.
Yeah, but back to the story of the friends of the quarrel. First things first, I think it's not the friend's place to be like, why are you using that program? Like, why are you using laundry program? Like, if she can afford it, she can afford it.
Yeah, and keep pushing.
Yeah. something I've learned coming to university is everyone comes from different financial backgrounds, and just because I can't afford something doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you can afford something. That doesn't take anything away from you or myself. Like, I'm fine.
That's true.
Like,
and just because you can afford something doesn't mean somebody else can afford something, same thing, or can afford the same thing.
Yeah, and I think her being like, you're poor, is just,
it's insane. It's insane. And like the fact that her ideology is like, why is she being so annoying? Like, just because she's poor and I'm not.
It's a fact. Like, that's just
rude. You're the bad guy.
You're the bad guy.
You're the bad guy.
You're rude.
You're rude. That's just not right.
It's one thing to be like, oh, I don't like when you say that because I can afford, like, it really gets on my nerves. I can afford it, and like, that's my piece. It'd be better to what?
I wouldn't even say that.
Like, I can afford, but it's getting on her nerves. So what can she say?
Both of them are in the wrong. I feel like the other friend, who's poor, joking. The other friend who's not doing the laundry thing, I feel like she doesn't have to open her mouth. She
but
like,
in the case of the friend is opening her mouth, she can just be like, oh, I don't like when you say that. I happen to use this because it's
more beneficial for me. Yeah.
It's more convenient for me, and I can't afford. Like, it's not expensive for me.
Like, my parents are helping me out.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying that you can afford something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone comes from different financial backgrounds. That's just how it is.
Yeah, that is how it is.
So to the friend, stop bringing it up.
Yeah.
To
the girl, to the friend who's bringing it up, get rid of that friend. I don't like her. She's not cute. You're saying she's poor. Imagine somebody calling you poor to your face. Yeah, that's not right.
On one side, girl that's saying it's poor, that's not right at all. Girl that's like commenting about the laundry program, that's not right at all. I know, like, when you come from, I guess, like, when you're in a community where a lot of people do necessarily have money to use, because this girl is talking about how everybody uses a laundry program and this one girl can't afford it. I know it's frustrating being in an environment where everyone can afford something that you can't, but that doesn't give you the right to judge somebody because they can afford something. And it is annoying. I know it's annoying that you're not at that financial stability in your life, but honestly, you keep it pushing, and one day you're gonna get to that point, and that's okay. Look ahead.
Advice. She said 10-foot ceilings.
10-foot, yeah. When you see me with 10-foot ceilings, I can't reach. Like, like they'll be dust up there. I'll be like, help me out.
Let me get my ladder.
Let me get my ladder.
But yeah. In conclusion,
both of you are in the wrong.
Yeah, both of you are a little problematic, and that's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. Not really, but it is what it is. Yeah.
So,
in conclusion, that's your big sister's advice.
Your big sister advice on that and everything. Okay, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know if our advice was like cohesive, flowing. Well, I guess we'll see when we listen to this again.
I think it was pretty good. I think we gave pretty good advice.
You think we gave pretty good advice?
I think it was entertaining.
Do you think it was entertaining, Alan? He gave us a thumbs up. Lauren, what do you think?
Period. They think it was entertaining. We think it was entertaining.
Also, we're very much sponsored by Humans of Health Sciences.
# spawns.
They literally record every single thing. The lighting that you see, not natural.
What's it called? The clips that you see, not natural.
Not natural?
I don't know.
But yeah, I guess that's it for Big Sister's advice.
So let us know in the comments below or text us what other things you want to hear us talk about.
Yeah. And tell us, like, if you don't agree with their advice.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, do you have
Leave us in the comments.
Advice? Yeah.
We'll respond back, don't worry.
Yeah, but your advice, do you see it through a different perspective? Because sometimes, like, when I'm sitting in this chair and we play things back.
I'm like, wait.
I'm like, why did I say that? I'm like, wait, I don't believe
that. Like, I was saying something, but she was like, no. And then she was like, yeah, that was the case. Remember when somebody said something and you're like, no, they didn't. I forgot what it was.
Oh, yeah. I was like, he didn't say that. He did say that.
He did say that.
That was wrong.
Yeah.
Or, like, what else? I don't know, but we were playing back the last clips. Oh, yeah, I remember it being, like, us being, like, everyone in House High is the same. We're like, we don't believe that.
Yeah.
We went back, we're like,
yeah, I didn't believe
people in House High are not the same.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But in conclusion, it was amazing to have you guys here in our home. Is it our home? We'll never know.
Our home is this our actual house?
Can you put a guess in the comments where we are? Did we tell people where we are at?
I don't think so. Did we in the last episode?
No, I don't think so. Put it in the comments. Guess where we are.
You should know.
It could be our house. We moved.
Yeah.
Just let you guys know we moved.
Just know that's not our address.
That's not our address. People have been asking me, like, is that your actual address?
Yeah,
like,
it's
no.
not our address. We want to dox ourselves. Like.
Yeah, obviously.
I want to dox myself. It's weird.
In conclusion.
Yeah, but Thanks for tuning in. We don't know what our next episode will be, but it'll be good.
It'll be juicy.
And we're really excited to bring a different range of topics,
and
perspectives and topics to the podcast. So if you have any ideas, let us know.
And
if you want to be a guest star
on the podcast,
let us know. We have space. These chairs are kind of.
We have extra sharks too. But yeah, our home is your home.
67 Johnson Street.
Bye guys.